r/rules horror. Posted by u/lostguide_4. Is this your first time in an overnight train? Namaste. I am glad you are visiting India. Since you have decided to enjoy the scenery of countryside, hills and rivers on a train journey, here are some rules that will help keep the journey only sunshine and joy. 1. The train journey will take 20 hours, in which you will have some stops in between to stretch your legs. The train will depart at exact 3 p.m. You should have a photo ID and your ticket on you at all times, or you will be deboarded at the next station. And a word of advice: not all stations exist on a map. If this is your first time, then I would highly recommend you to book a general class seat and not a first class seat. The first class coupes really gets very cold. 2. When you board the train, ensure you look for families with little children in your coach. When you see them, interact with them nicely and they will ensure your safety till they get off at their stops. But if in case there is no such families, then worry not, just make sure you greet everyone with a smile. You will need to be vigilant for any single woman in her 30s though, neither it is a woman, nor in its 30s. 3. When the train departs, the train staff will come to your seats to ask you about your food preference. While they do this, they will also distribute bed sheets, blankets and pillows. Only interact with the staff if they are wearing blue-colored uniforms. If it is any other color, then you just ignore their existence. Acknowledging them will lead to those things latching onto you. Wait until they go. Eventually the good guys will come. 4. The train will stop at its first stop at 5:40 p.m. It is absolutely necessary for you to go down and buy a bottle of water. The water provided on train turns poisonous after dusk. You should soak in as much as you can, after all, the night can be very long. 5. By 6:07 p.m. your first meal should be here. You can choose between 2 flavors of soup along with bread and butter. Whatever you do, don't give them a tip. It's insulting to them and they won't take it well. But if you are not fortunate enough and they do ask hey for a tip, give them the water bottle that was provided to you on the train. They will throw whatever they have on their card at you. They will scream loudly and try to get any attention, but you just keep looking out of the window. No matter what, don't look at them after you have given them the water bottle. The last guy who did is still apologizing even to this day. When they stop screaming, you will hear someone say ahem, sorry for the rude behavior of the staff, say no problem and wait to hear footsteps fading. Whatever you do, don't turn back even if there's silence for a long time. Turn back only when you hear someone say sorry. It's a trap. 6. At 6:30 p.m. the train will go through a tunnel. During that, ensure you are pretending to drink the soup even if you are already done with it, as this will trick the tunnel people into thinking you don't see them. And as soon as the train leaves the tunnel, count the number of trains that pass by until the ticket collector arrives. If the number of trains that pass by is more than the number of bags you have, it's better to jump of the train. The alternate is people finding a heavy suitcase the next station. 7. If at any time you feel someone's gaze on you, then get into fetal position and don't move. Don't try to get a peek either. You cannot see them, but they can see you. Your co-passengers will cajole you, ask you if you are alright, respond to questions very softly. If you speak even a bit loud, your future doesn't look bright. 8. Finally, after 8 p.m. the ticket collector arrives. He is the only person who is himself at all times. If you are in trouble, ask for him on the helpline number. He will ask you for your ticket. PLS note that you should keep your ticket in your pockets, not your bags. They have a habit to steal your stuff. When that runs out, there is no certainty that you will be dead when they steal your intestines. When you show him the ticket, almost instantly your dinner will arrive. You should eat it quickly. 9. It is of utmost importance that you avoid falling asleep while eating. Even we don't know why people start feeling drowsy, but we do know what lies behind the temptation to sleep. You are encouraged to talk with anyone you see, even the laughing slender figures. Don't let them notice that you can see their pairs of eyes on their face. Just laugh at their jokes, and again, do not fall asleep. 10. It is now 9:16 p.m. and you are being served ice cream as dessert. Take the chocolate flavor and nothing else, and if they give you any other flavor, give it to the slender figures, or else they won't go away. Once you had your ice cream, try on going to sleep. You might hear screams and wailings of people, but ignore all that. Cover your head with a blanket and quietly call for the staff. They will take care of the noise. But ensure you are asleep by 10 p.m. or else you will inadvertently break the following rules. If you do fall asleep, there are no more rules. All the danger is past. 11. In case you do not fall asleep by 10 p.m. there is no need to pretend to be asleep. They know that you are awake, and now the hunt begins. You should not look out the window no matter what. Just take your phone out and start playing games on it or listen to music. Be nice and don't wake other passengers. You will then feel someone grab your arms and shake you violently. They will keep moaning and asking you not to look and ask for forgiveness. Don't utter a single word, just keep yourself busy. It will leave when someone will come with a food cart. If you do, however, accidentally look at it due to being shook hard, make a run for it. Run until you find the ticket collector. He will calm you down and take you back to your seat. Sit there and look at your seat, and at the window, and count the number of trains that pass by, and for each train that passes by, take one of your bags to the toilet, leave it there, and return. Keep doing it until no train passes by for 6.5 minutes. 12. After that, go to the first class coach. You will find a staff member, ask him if there is an empty coupe. If the staff member is carrying water bottles, you should just buy some water and drink it. If they are carrying anything else, get in the empty coupe. And try to sleep. It won't end until you sleep and wake up the next day. Well lads, that was the whole set of rules for anyone who have survived till midnight. When we find anyone who survived beyond midnight, we will ask him/her about the rest of the night and make additional rules. Next story of this video. Posted by u/3_sd0nes_deity. Rules for the road trip. Welcome to a road trip. Do not ask how you got here, we have no answers. For now, read these rules and follow every single one of them to up your survival chances. Break 1, and find out what happens. 1. Do not ask when we will arrive. Pray for forgiveness if you do, they might spare you. 2. There are 4 of us in the van, me, you, Marley, and Vincent. 2a. If you see more than 3 people in the van, cover your eyes and don't uncover them until you hear a screech of tires. If you do uncover them before that, open the car door and jump out. 2b. If you see less than 3 people in the van or none at all, move to the back of the van and take up the smallest amount of space that you can. There's going to be a few more passengers joining us. They will disappear after 30 minutes and will leave snacks if their ride was enjoyable. They will leave nothing if it was not. 3. Follow the seating chart. You are to sit on the right side of the middle row. I will be in the passenger seat, Vincent is in the back on the left side and Marley on the left side of the middle row. If anyone is out of place including myself, take a knife from the floor and kill them, they aren't who they look like. 4. Never under any circumstances look at the driver. If you do, cuts and bruises will slowly corrupt your body before you crumble away in a pile of flesh and ash. It's a horrible sight to see. 5. If Marley attempts to make conversation with you, engage and don't stop talking until she says something about a map. She is there to help, you might have been talking to someone who doesn't exist. 6. Do not ever take off your seatbelt unless you have to move to the back, the window will break and you will be dragged outside into the wilderness. 7. If Vincent attempts to make conversation with you, don't look at him, you will go blind, but you can talk to him if you want. You might receive a Rice Krispie treat if you do though. 8. Don't talk very loud, some of the cryptids sleep on the roof of the van and if you wake them up it will not be pretty. 9. Don't take off your shoes, they are your only protection from the rugs, they tend to bite anything that trespasses in their domain as hard as they can, but will leave you alone if you have shoes on since they don't quite resemble feet. 10. Nobody in this van owns a laser pointer, so if you see a red glowing dot anywhere in this vehicle, do not stare at it for more than 3 seconds, it will burn your eyes and melt them if you look at it for more than the amount of time it's safe to. 11. Eat any bugs you come across, they hate uncleanness, and will rip your throat out if you leave it there after seeing it. 12. If you have to vomit, do it outside of the window, this relates to Rule 11, as they hate uncleanness just as much as they hate vomit, but they understand some people get carsick and will allow you to open the window, but do it quickly, the window could shut at any moment, closing on your neck and cutting it off. 13. You aren't going to have to use the bathroom at any time in this road trip, you can trust me on that, but if anyone in this van asks to use the bathroom, say you have to as well, the driver is not happy and you have to get out of the van as quickly as possible. After you get out, follow Marley and stick with her until she starts to head back to the van. Get back in and pretend nothing happened. 14. If you have your phone, do not call, text, or tell anyone about the road trip, you will be thrust out of the van. 14a. Cell service comes and goes, do not complain about it, or you might never see your fingers again. They do their best to give you time to play on your phone. 15. You may take naps on this trip, however, do not lean against the window while you sleep, you will not wake up if you do. 16. There is not an Xavier in this vehicle, if you hear Vincent talking to an Xavier, make conversation with him and don't stop talking until you feel a gust of wind go past you, then mention something about maps and he will stop talking to you. Xavier does not exist. Xavier is not real. There is not an Xavier in this van. Xavier does not exist. 17. The radio only plays static, do not ask to change the channel, your arms will be ripped off. Static is the driver's favorite music. 18. If you see a smile outside your window, slit your throat, you will wake up in the van. Repeat this process until the smile is gone. It will kill us all if you hesitate. 19. The road trip does not have a defined time it will go on for. It could be a month-long drive or 3 minutes. However, do not complain about it and do not ask how long we've been here. You will be dragged under the rug and eaten alive. 20. When we arrive, get out of the van, say absolutely nothing to anyone about the road trip and do not ask anyone if they've gone on it too. You will return to the van and have to do it all over again.